In this video, we're going to discuss how to use the Classic Design workspace to load 2D CAD files, add new shapes, and make changes to the elements in the Classic Design screen. Picking up from where we left off in the setup video, we're just going to show real quick how to install a USB-C flash drive onto the machine. And now we're ready to check out the tablet. The general workflow is to complete the 4 main steps in the bottom navigation panel. Starting from left to right, we have design, placing the design, setting the material being cut, and running the cut. In this video, we're going to focus on design. To enter a step from the navigation panel, just tap on it. We will enter design now. From here, we're going to start with loading a new file. We'll tap on files, then we have the option to load from flash drive plugged in, or a local file that's already saved on the machine. I'm going to navigate to load from the flash drive and select the file named American Flag. Since I know the DXF file was saved with inches as the units, I have my selector on the bottom right set to inches. For the best results, make sure the CAD file that you want to upload is saved to your thumb drive as a DXF file type with just one layer of 2D elements. With my file selected, I'll click Load to bring it into the Classic Design workspace. The file loads into the design space with the same origin that is exported with. This is a screenshot of the .dxf sketch right before exporting. Since the bottom left of the outer rectangle was the origin in the exported DXF, it loads into the workspace at that same origin. You can touch and drag anywhere in the workspace to pan around the design, and you can use the plus and minus icons in the top right to zoom in or out. These pan and zoom functions will work in the other main steps like place and run as well. Each of these paths in the DXF file are converted into elements that can be edited in the Classic Design workspace. Tap on the outermost rectangle to view and edit some of the parameters like side rotation, scale, and position. The element currently being edited will be shown in blue. If I change side to outside, it will make the inside of that shape transparent. What this is changing is the lead in and lead out of the torch when it goes to pierce that element. So if I select a star and change it to an outside element, it will make it transparent on the inside, and when the torch goes to cut this element, it will first pierce on the outside of the star and lead into the cut, as opposed to starting from the inside and leading out. Since we plan on cutting all of the stars out, we really want to preserve the outside profile, so I'll change this back to an inside pierce. Going back to the origin, this is what the inside pierce will look like for a shaded path versus the outside pierce on a transparent path. The origin of the Classic Design workspace is very important when moving on to the place step. This origin is what's going to be used to indicate where the design is going to be cut on the material. For now, I'm going to clear this design with the button on the left and then load another example DXF file from the flash drive. Depending on how many curves and lines are in your DXF, it might take a few seconds to fully load into the workspace. You can see here, the jet outline looks good, but once I tap on the outer path, you can tell it's not a closed element, meaning I can't select the side of the cut, and these elements will be treated as 3 separate paths. When exporting a DXF to your flash drive, make sure the design path is continuous to avoid this, and make sure when loading a new design that it is recognized as a closed path if you want to select the side of the cut. I'm going to clear this design and load a gusset design that I know has closed paths. I selected the outer path and set it to outside, and after making this change, if I want to save it onto the local machine, I can click save and give it a name like local gusset, and after clearing, I can load it back into the design space by tapping files and finding it in the load option on the machine. I can also add new elements to the DXF without having to go back to the computer to export something different. I click add and select a circle element, which I can now set the values of the size and position as well as the side for which it should be cut on. Tapping done will add it to the design, and I can always tap on the element again to modify any dimensions. I'll do this again by adding a rectangle to the outside of the gusset. Now that I have a design that I'm happy with, I can move on to place to define where I want to put this design on the material in the next video.